And right now, please join me in welcoming to the stage Ms. Trần Tường Linh, CMO of Believe Vietnam, Ms. Phạm Hoàng Diễm Lily, Head of Omni-Channel Highlands Coffee, and Mr. Đức Bùi, co-founder of Pre-Tour International. And our moderator for this panel, please welcome to the stage Ms. C. Yên Nhong, Country General Manager, Global Business Solutions of TikTok Vietnam. Can we have a bigger round of applause? Thank you.
On, but it's
Hello.
all right. It's switched on. All right. So hope everyone has had a good lunch and the first few sessions right after lunch, and hopefully we will be able to grab your attention for the next 20 minutes. It's always between us and your mobile phone. So hopefully we can keep you excited. So thank you again to Zook and Zim, and as well as Lynn for being here with us. I think earlier on, the host has given you a bit of a kind of introduction to why we are doing this session. And it's amazing that we are having 3 very strong local Vietnamese brands here with us today. I'm sure a lot of you are already experts in shopping on e-commerce, with e-commerce. Like even the last few days is probably mid-month, and then there's payday, and there's double dates, and so many of the different occasions where today consumers are native to e-commerce, right? So what we want to unlock today is really to hear from the brands what are some of their strategies, especially with the ever-evolving and how dynamic e-commerce is today. So to start off, right, we're talking about the Vietnamese e-commerce consumers and how today, in terms of the platforms that you can actually transact on, whether it's marketplaces. Today we have intent-based marketplaces like Shopee. We have content or influence-based marketplaces like TikTok. We have brand.com still. We have apps. And of course, now coupled with live selling, it has become very dynamic, especially in this market. And so we wanted to hear from our esteemed panelists today, like how are your thought process in the choices that you made for your brands, for your brands to appear, as well as maybe you can tell us a bit about your journey along the way. So maybe we start with Zim.
Okay, so thank you, Zen. So good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Zim, and I come from Highlands Coffee. So it's really great to be here today to share our journey. So I totally agree with you, Dan. So recently, the Vietnamese consumer discovering and shopping across much more fragmented digital landscape, from intent page to content list platform. So the customer journey is no longer linear, right? So it's have fundamentally changed the way that businesses that operate. So let me take Highlands Coffee an example in the F&B. So how and where did our e-commerce focus? So actually, in the simple way, we focus on the customer. Our customer efforts focus on the customer behavior. So we present where the customer are. So when we take the customer first approach, it's similarly to answer 3 questions. So where are our customers spending time, and how they can influence their decision making, and what is the trial conversion. For the last 3 years, we are trying to build our digital commerce. And at first, we focus on convenience. So where the customer had intent to buy, we there. So for the F&B, so we started with the food delivery partners like Grab, Shopee, Bee, for example. And we try to reach the millions of customers on this platform that already had intention to purchase drinks. And then we influence their decision making, and also influence conversion to the right offer at the right time with the right service. For example, we have offered them the coffee in the morning, tea at the afternoon, mini meal in the evening. And we try to provide the quick service, quick delivery. Later on, when we also reached to the same model, but we play with some fintech. And we found out that on the fintech like Momo and Yellow, the customer not really care about the delivery. They want something else. The customer behavior change to delivery to pick up. It's been like they order first and then they can collect at the store. And that's why. So, and further on that, when we expand our category into like not fresh drink anymore, but we move to like some CPG, FMCG, like consumer, like packaged coffee or the merchandising like tumbler, something like that. So the customer choice is not on kinds of like food delivery or like the media. They want to shop on the marketplace. So we move on the marketplace to partner with Lazada and Shopee. So after doing like reaching the customer and get in the trial, we want to build the loyalty with them. Want to increase the retention and advocacy. Later on, we need to build up our first party data and our locals loyalty system. So after a while, when we reach to a certain point of the level of sales, and we already serve like the majority of the customer who already had intent to buy a drink and to buy the consumer packaged goods. Our business should not stop there, right? So we want to expand it. The way that we expand, like not to serve customer who already had demand, the thing we want to create demand. So when we would like to come to the stage to create demand, to attract a new customer, we come to like platform that we call a content-led platform, like social media, like TikTok, Facebook, and Yellow, something like that. So this is the whole journey that we come to at Highlands Coffee. We start from convenience with like intent-based platform to build up our own channel and then move forward to like content-led platform to create more the demand that already have in the market. So in short, I think there are three things that we get after the 3 years up to build up our digital commerce. It's just from some billion of sale a month to up to like nearly 1,000 billion a year. The thing that there are three lessons that we get. The first is everything is about on the customer behavior. We need to, and rather than try to be everywhere, to build up every channel at once, we move to very deliberate and like try to design each channel to fit it like the customer behavior through the customer journey and try to provide a tailored customer experience. The second is instead of thinking about choosing like among like kinds of traditional platform like Shopee, Lazada, or like content platform, I think the integration among two platforms is very important. Yeah, so it helps us to build up like the full funnel from the awareness to trial to retention. So there are kinds of like two things. I think it's very basic. It's quite basic, but it can help like any business can move fast and also like get like quite a great result in the short run. Yeah.
Thank you. Very interesting to hear your journey and how you have looked at where the consumers are willing to adopt your product, right? Whether it is fresh coffee all the way to some of the merchandise that you have. Let's move on to Duc. I think yours is pretty interesting because you are serving to consumers who are looking at food for their, fur kids, right? Yeah. And so let's maybe hear from you on your opinion.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, everyone. My name is Duc. I'm the co-founder of the Pet Tour International company. We are a 2-year-old startup. We sell pet food. We have 2 brands, By the Boy and Mr. Vet. I'm not sure if anyone of you in this room have tried our food yet. By the Boy and Mr. Vet. I'm selling to 5 countries right now in Southeast Asia, and our product have been in the store in about 1,500 stores all over the regions. So that's the short description for what I do and what I sell. Sharing the journey, my company is a very young company. We started nearly 2 years ago, so it's not even 2 years. So when we started, how we approach to start a business, we want to be fast and we want to be differentiated from other big brands. This market is a rising market after the COVID period. So during COVID, a lot of industry grew so fast. And then pet is the one that keep growing. because when you have a dog or a cat, you cannot get rid of them. After, COVID lasted like 4 years, 5 years, but your dogs and cats stay for many, many more years. So this industry is good. I like it a lot. I'm a pet owner. So when we started, we know that we have to compete with a lot of big brands. But the thing in Southeast Asia, I think 80% of the market go to the offline. So if you want to buy the food, you gotta be in the neighborhood looking for the shops. Only 20% go up to online. So we think this is a chance. This is a chance because we started in Vietnam. In my experience, because I also have a business where I do digital service. I know that the Vietnamese consumer are very tech savvy. So not just talking about pet, we're talking about other industry as well. So e-commerce is such a good chance. So that's why we started, and then we started with TikTok, and then we moved to Shopee and then other platforms. So why TikTok? Because I think social commerce is such a revolutionary opportunity for entrepreneurs like me and my partners. It provides like a full funnel platforms where user can just see your product, learn about the product, get interested, consider to buy your product, and then finally ending up buying it. So that's how we started. We work with a lot of KOLs on TikTok, providing the educational information about our products because I think we sell 2 times higher than other brands. So it means that it needs a lot of education. And then we get lucky in a way that the Vietnam consumer are really open-minded. And then after we work with the KOL, we got booming on TikTok. And then we be the #1 brand ever since on TikTok. And then after we got the awareness on TikTok, we start investing in Shopee. And then after TikTok and Shopee, 5 months later, we go to the offline. And the good thing is, I didn't expect that, yeah? I didn't expect that. We go to the offline partner, we go to the small shop and say, hey, we are the top 1 volume brand on TikTok. You want a partner? And they say, yeah, why not? Because they want something trendy. They want something that the consumer, the end user knows. So again, we got lucky. We didn't expect that by getting viral on the social media, on the TikTok platform. It gives us a chance to close the gap with the partner, with the offline shops. So I just want to share a humble story because my company is really small. We are still expanding. I'm going to the Philippines tonight to start, renting the office. So that's just how we start. So we don't really have like a super a lot of strategic analysis. We don't have that much data. We just go with the flow and then that's it, yeah.
Thank you, Duke. Very inspirational. I think very commendable that a brand that started online and now on the offline channels, the acceptance is very high. I think one of the points that Duke talked about was how the willingness and acceptance of the Vietnamese consumers are very high in terms of trialing and be able to accept where the products are being found today because we are omni-channel. So very inspirational. Moving on to Lynn in terms of how your strategies are for Believe.
Okay, thank you for the questions. I'm Linh, I'm from DSC. I'm the CEO of DSC brand in Vietnam. And our journey is kind of similar to Mr. Diem and Mr. Duc. We started with social commerce at first. So before the booming of traditional e-commerce, Shopee and Lazada, we started with Facebook as a social commerce where people purchase the product through Facebook Messenger and Facebook live streaming. And then traditional e-commerce came into the market with Shopee and Lazada shaped the new behavior of the customer. So customers started to purchase the product through promotions and voucher-heavy campaigns. And then years later, TikTok Shop came in with the definition of shoppertainment, which requires us to move quickly to adapt with the new trend. We created our own live stream hub and our operation of TikTok Shop team. And even though as a brand of health and beauty, we really want to create our own channel, our brand.com channel, and we did it, and we failed, to be honest. So my opinion is just the same as Ms. Diem. We have to be where the traffic and the conversion are. So that's why at the moment we are focused our resources mainly on e-commerce. And our key success is to be able to adapt quickly to the new trend of the market, because e-commerce changes very fast and TikTok changes even faster. So we have to move and we have to be where the customer is. We have to set aside our plan for our own website, but to focus on the e-commerce. So and also be able to change with the new changes of customer behavior. For example, before Facebook was the sale channel, but then when it lost the traction to be a sales channel, we have to shift Facebook as a branding channel. And it happened also the same for TikTok. Before TikTok Shop, TikTok was just a channel for branding where we post content video about our product. But then TikTok Shop came in, we have to create our own team, operation team, and set an objective for conversion as well. So the whole journey is to know where the customer is and be ready for that.
Okay, very interesting. And it's a perfect segue because you mentioned about, being able to adapt and evolve, and also there's a lot of work that you're doing right now with creators as well to be able to create content. And also creators today aren't just creating content. The creators are sellers themselves today, right? With live selling, which I think many of you probably have experienced. So they are actually generating sales for you and not just building brand value for you. So I will start with Lynn, since you mentioned that. It is also a very complex ecosystem of working with creators and being able to balance between your brand and how the creators are representing your brand. Can you share a bit about what are some of the best practices?
Okay, I have to say that for a brand in working in health and beauty, creator plays a very, very important role for us. And even long before TikTok launched in Vietnam, we have already been benefiting from content creator, influencer, both from YouTube and Facebook. And I think that they are very important because they are at almost every touch point of the customer journey. So at the first funnel of building brand awareness, they help us to introduce the product in a very authentic and relatable way to different set of group customer. And then it came to conversion state. We have a big live streamer. And last year, 2024, was the peak years of live streaming, and we have already seen many successful cases. We participated with them through the mega live stream, and even in some key selling moment of the brand, such as Super Brand Day or Brand Day campaigns, we even run exclusive series of live stream with big KOLs. To create hype and conversions. However, in this year, I think that we have already seen some major shift in terms of live streaming, as it seemed to be that big KOL could not deliver the same impact that they used to get compared to last year. So I think that in this year, we will focus on long tail and mid tail KOL and even massive affiliate creators. And I think that in this year, agency, MCN, and TAB group will be very important in terms of participating with brands and the massive group creator in creating affiliate campaigns for the brands. So our major objective in this year is that it's not just working with big names in this year, but to diverse the way we're working with creators and less dependence on big creator, but to focus more on mid-tail and long-tail for this year.
Thank you. Good to hear that you're diversifying, because then it gives a chance for the ecosystem of creators as well to rise up. Moving on to Highland with Zim, maybe you want to share some of your input on this as well, if there's any areas that you want to talk about, especially since you've got a very strong heritage as a brand. How do you work with creators?
Okay, so actually I will share some things common with Link, and also input a little bit different perspective regarding to live streaming, also content creators and how we work with them. So if we talk about kinds of we try a lot of the way to work with both like content creators and also the live streaming for the last 3 years. And if there are two that I sum up and summarize on two best practice, which will be the first regarding to the content creator. We try to build up the on-square content creator network rather than just one-off content activation. I think this is really important. So instead of like have like macro like influencer and content creator for one campaign, because that we used to do in the past. Because at that time, like in the past, we use like influencer content creator much for like top funnel like awareness, to just like to introduce our new drink or to promote some campaign. But right now, the thing that we want and want them to do is to play at the full funnel from awareness into like conversion as well. So the best way that we recognize from our perspective is to build up like on content creator with and focus on like from micro and just the mid-tier creators. Like when you have like quite a long-term partnership with them, they can constantly like introduce about your brands and have you to expand your brand awareness and trial. And then also they can understand your brands and also have like can introduce like your product in a very very engaging way with their community. So actually like when we work with one affiliate partner, I know like they are here as well, to build up kinds of affiliate network with a lot of like content creator joining. And these are like kinds of like, I think like not on just like partner, this is just like the intention of our brand, you know. They introduce our brand in a very different format, different way, like from reels to live streaming to unboxing, and to keep engaging with the customer. And then that help us to drive the conversion, yeah. And actually like we work very closely with one of our affiliate partners to develop like our on content network. And even like got like some global award for that as well. The second pet practice from our perspective, like regarding to live streaming, actually to us live streaming is not like it's not only for sale or for conversion. Either way that we see is like it turns our product introduction into a very intense entertainment with the customer and build like emotional connection with them. So we not measure only how much the sale that we got for the online after the live streaming, but actually we see like total business growth after a while. Yeah. And for the live streaming, like we try not only for on the TikTok, but also the other platform, and we see like for the different category, we fit with a different platform as well. And finally, for live streaming, we not only use it to grow our online business, but actually if you can know the way you can use the live streaming to push for the total business growth with the online to offline model. So I think there are two key points and two best practices that we have experienced so far, in our business growth.
Thank you. So there's a very, very important point that it's not just from what Zim has shared for Highland Coffee, but we have spoken to many brands that have seen live selling being an educational form as well, and to build their brand and be able to deliver their affinity with the consumers. Because in live selling, you actually have to do a lot of explanation. And in that process as well, people start to trust or understand a bit more about the brand and the products you have to sell. Moving on to Duke, in terms of, I don't know, do pets become creators as well?
Yeah, we do have a lot of pet creators and human creator with pets. So I quite agree with Ling and Ziem's opinion. For us and for me, I think KOL, I like them a lot. They are important. They are very important for the growth of our companies. However, just like they just mentioned, I think for this year's onwards, the consumers, I think they are more resonating with medium and small and even the UGC or affiliate KOL, like the one that look like users. I think because after about 4 to 5 years on the big KOLs, they've been quite, I think they're still very good, but their face is getting more familiar. And then the market, they want something new, and they want personal story, they want personal touch. So the strategy onwards, they would be more convinced by the medium guys and so on. So that's the same. It's kind of the same direction that we are treating our company right now. So I can say in short, I like KOL a lot. We keep really good connection with them. Even in our company in Indonesia, we hire one of them to be our employee. Yeah, so there's a few tactics that we are trying right now. Apart from partnering merely with the KOL, we try to invite them to our company. So I would say in other words, we try to build our own content creator teams, or we also want to be content creators ourselves. But not on the official channel. We can make a lot of other satellite channels. That is some tactics that we are trying. I don't know if it works, but we have to try first because in this industry, everything moves so fast. So we recruit content creator. I just recruit a KOL in Indonesia, and then I think about 3 days ago, I got another KOL in Philippines to be our team members. And then they can suggest how to build like a purely new channel because our key focus, our key awareness channel is on TikTok. We don't have much money. We are small. We don't have much money, so we need to focus. So we're talking about maybe we can build like 2 or 3 other accounts. Try to share more non-relevant or like less branded content, but instead talking more personal to get people touch and things like that. For live streaming, for live selling, it's the same thing. We also the company who experimented with live streaming since the very early days. So I would say the contribution from 10% to about 15%, 20%, and I really doubted if it really worked or not. But then we just stick with what's the trend, and then now I would say depend on the market, like so because we're in different country. In Vietnam, I mean the live stream can go up to 60% of contributions. So definitely live stream is such a good tool. So when we have in our company we have I think more live streamer than salespeople. We got more live streamer than salespeople. Our current live stream time for one brand is nearly 20 hours a day. So basically, anytime you open social TikTok or even Shopee also has live streamer, you would see our brand going live. So that's the current status of operation that we are trying. The only thing that I must say is what I'm sharing right now is what we are doing right now. But maybe in just 3 months it's going to be different. So this is the key highlight of this industry. You got to be really quick, keep testing. KOL is important. Live stream is important. But I think the most important thing is you always have to find a way to get the emotional connection with the consumers. Other than that, if you live stream 20 hours without doing anything different, it's not going to work. So if you do 20 hours live stream, you got to do something different. If you work with like 100 KOL, like 1,000 affiliate, you got to have a strategy. And then the core of that, the core of all the tactical thing is how do we touch the people's heart. So I think that's the challenging part. But for other part, it's fine. We just keep testing. Yeah.
Thank you, Duc. I think that's a very interesting point there because even with us as a company, we do see that the actual GMV that comes out of live selling is actually higher, right? And it's a known fact, especially if you know how to be able to tap into the right audience, right? Everything, all the panelists talked about data, being able to tap into the right audience, using creators, and also now with live selling, part and parcel, you killed 2 birds with 1 stone, managed to hire as well. But closing the loop on these questions with the panel, live selling, managing online store, and working with third parties, whether it's agencies, whether it's last mile, whether it's companies that can help you with enablement or assortment, it doesn't come free, right? And cost is a huge factor in today's e-commerce landscape that you have to balance based on what are the tools that you are using. So going back to Zook, because you're both a owner as well as a marketer for your brand, right? How do you balance in terms of the cost? What advice would you give the marketers here today in terms of being able to use the various, I would say, weapons or arsenal, within the e-commerce platforms? And what would you say, are the most effective strategies that you have used to manage costs?
Thank you. It's a good question. Really good question. My biggest headache. Money. When we started, we work with agency. Actually, it's like my right hand serving my left hand because I also own an agencies. So I got cheaper cuts from day one. But then that cheaper cuts also become really expensive because the way we scale is really aggressive. So we cannot keep hiring, we cannot keep paying agency to do videos or try to find KOLs to work. So I think it's really logical, and a lot of you guys in this room probably have been doing, we build our own in-house team. So in-house resource is what we did. So we started with content creator and live streamers because they are the selling tools, and also the brand ambassador. So that's what we do. At that time, I remember I think we made a risk. We took a risk in a way that we recruited really fresh people. So within the first 1 month or 2 months, the performance of them are really, I would say, weak, really weak compared with the KOL that we've been working with, because KOL can make you video, KOL can do the live stream for you. Basically, they do everything. But then if we want to be more aggressive and running faster, we gotta accept that sometimes we have to take a step back and then give it some time for our in-house team to get more mature and learn new skills. So I would say in 3 months, me and another manager in the brand, we often stay until 12 or 1 a.m. Every day to make sure the live streamer, they talk good enough. Even though even us don't know if it's good enough or not, but we gotta be there and then stay on field, do all the dirty jobs to make it happen, to make the in-house team perform. So now I think it is one key. Second thing is we need to diversify the resource. So if we have new SKU, then we come to the big KOLs. Hey, we got new stuff. We got new drop. You want to review it or not? Because we already established a good relationship with them, so they would say yes. So after they say yes, the big KOL, they would serve as the, they would create the boom. And then after that, we go to the middle KOL, or sometimes we even skip the middle KOLs. We go directly into our in-house team and let them do it. So that's one thing, content creator and live streamer. Secondly, in terms of the media, okay, so media, before we also have to work with the agency, we need to hire people to do filming and stuff. And then I think that each time we got a good camera guy on board. So we got a new one from a production house, inviting him. And then we go from 7 videos per week now to 40 videos a day. The reason is we organize the media team so that one guy is doing all the footage filming, another guy is doing all the editing, another guy is doing all the scripted. So I would say we have an in-house production house in our company. And for the reason, 1 year, AI is such a good tool. Again, AI is such a good tool. So from Vietnam, we not control, but we give guidance to the other local company in Malaysia, in Indonesia. We give them the script. We even build the AI avatar, and then we try to we play around, and then we provide the resource. Sometimes we even provide the final videos to the team in other countries and asking them, is it good enough or not? And 50% of the time they say good enough, and then we try advertisement, and then the ROI is really competitive with the human video. I think when I say human video, it's maybe misleading because the AI video is actually made by the human, so it's still human, but it's just like the Vietnamese people making for Indonesia companies. So I'm really grateful that for the past 1 year, AI has helped our company a lot in keeping the team super lean. Let's say 10 people, media, no, less than that, much less than that, about 6 people, and then serving for 4 countries. So yeah, on in on your original question, how to control cost and then still grow. I would say first you need to build up your in-house resource. You need to build up your in-house resource, and then gotta be patient with it. And then using good technology to optimize the productivity. And then also have good strategy in terms of what I mentioned earlier. If you have new product and you work with the KOL, you need to define which occasion, which situation you need to use, you pay money for KOL, and which situation can still use our own team and get the same effectiveness. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Thank you, thank you. Balancing costs in terms of the marketing funnel itself when it comes to KOL. I know we are a bit short of time, but very quickly, Zim, maybe you want to share. I mean, you have 1,000 outlets across the country, you know, and you also
Thank you to our moderator. Thank you to Mr. Sian Young. And unfortunately, we don't have enough time for the sessions. I know it's a shame.
Do speak to them if you have time, because they have a lot of knowledge to share. All right. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you to our moderator. Thank you to our guest speaker once again. Such an insightful conversations.